Hi, hello everyone. Hope that I'm coming up loud and clear. Just to confirm, got the new buds out there. Believe this can definitely work. There we go. Good. So it's Monday. It's a good start of the week. We've launched a couple of assets. I'm gonna call it assets because I do think that for Krav Maga self defense for all, we do need assets. In this case, we've launched let's say a nutrition plan, also a 6 weeks physical exercise template, and I'm going to say a very comprehensive program to help you deal with self defense. Just going to monitor. I'm going to monitor the folks that join. Um, the whole the whole point is the whole point is to provide more support for everyone. Um, what do I mean by this? Uh, when adults come in, and you guys, if you are listening in here, you are listening to me, it's mostly because you are adults. That's the core audience that we have. It's adults more than more than 40 years old that want to learn how to defend themselves. Most of them, also many of them, are really good, really good physicality. They already go to the gym. They've got well developed upper body, and also they have a culture of physical activity. So what I found out over the years teaching and training is that that culture of physicality needs to be integrated for self defense. That is, it's different when you do. I'm going to say a burpee, although it's a very explosive movement and that works multiple muscular chains. How does that work? A very similar thing. Think about a takedown, roughly, but in reverse. How does that work when we have someone that shifts the weight? So that's an important thing. But when you start training in Krav Maga in self defense as an adult, and because usually adults, you have like a short span of time, mostly because your lives are you have other things to do, and then finally found time. You found time for something that is important. This am I confident on my ability to defend myself? That's one of the questions that I get more and more times. And I'm talking about big folks, big meaning people with strength. Okay, uh, women, men, and even other martial artists. And there is always this: what do I do in order to prepare myself for a self-defense situation? The best thing is that you should do something. That's the first thing. And then if you start doing something, then you start thinking about, am I doing the right thing? Uh, so being very clear on that, confirming that what is preferable is that you do a martial art, a self-defense system that incorporates many scenarios that are day to day, like someone punching you or trying to punch. Trying to punch is showing the movement. So it's preferable that you start with something that is, if you are an adult. Okay, if you're an adult, start with something that is very connected to the reality. Okay, that's what we do at Self Defense for All. Our practice is geared and facing and using the Krav Maga curriculum. Uh, Now, I also face that besides the technical, that is what you need to learn, adults need to train more. And guys, this is just, yes, just what it means, just is this. You train twice a week with us. Some folks can only train once a week. That's what it is. Others can train 3 times, four, five. Okay. But most adults find times in their busy lives to train twice a week. And what I found out is that adults get injured. And they don't get injured because they get punched in the face. very rarely, or breaking a rib, very rarely as well, but it does happen. Or because they've not learned how to fall yet, and they do something at the wrist level or the shoulder or at the backs. It's because they don't have been working their physicality. Their overall training methods, if they go to the gym, either the intensity is not the one that is required, or they don't work, or overall it's not working. I'm going to use a big word in here, holistic way. That is, you clearly define muscle groups and then you integrate them all. Or you've not been having help in terms of your practice. So that's what's coming up. I'll put the links, or you guys just reach out. Also, that I can reach out with the links. But we have a physical training program that is geared for you to learn. It's geared to two things. It's one, it's injury prevention, and what I'm going to focus in here is knees. Okay, your knees, and your shoulders. And the third muscle group, your back. So these three things should cover most of the problems that I've seen across the 25 years or 30 years. Yeah, 30 years of career so far in teaching others. And also what works for me. So to be fair, these blueprints work. These blueprints work. Okay, not only they are validated by science, but I've also tested them. So I got a blueprint for 6 weeks injury prevention and growth of your physicality. We assess that using a set of tests, push-ups, V-ups, squats, within a certain time frame. And then there is a set of technical standards that you'll go through the session. So what I've got. So think of it as like a package. It's like a big cake. I love cake. So a big cake that has one technical layer, okay, a foundational technical layer that is different between men and women, and we can address that and why it's different, but it has a technical layer. Then it has a physical layer, and these are trainings that you can do at home with minimal supervision from the moment you are training with us, to be fair. We'll walk you through how to do each one of the exercises and how to progress. And something very hard these days. Food. Guys, food is really important. Maintaining those energy levels high and in the right spot, it's fundamental. So when we talk about food, we also talk about water intake. I left one dimension out of here, but it's all on the planet is sleep. And I cannot tell you more that from my experience, sleep has been probably the variable that has influenced more all the others. So we provide recommendations on sleep as well. But right now, what you have is, I would say, good state of the art, physical, technical. I'll be providing in Instagram the links to each one of these things, so that you are able to pick them up and start doing them. Okay, so of course I would prefer that you are with us, but if you're not with us, if you cannot do that, look, we provide free, like no BS, free training on YouTube every week. Once a week, we go on YouTube in our channel, and we provide Krav Maga for all the ones that want to learn how to defend themselves. So that's a way to start. Can you get feedback? Well, yes, some folks get feedback. They are working with us from outside of the US. So I think that can help. But the physical training, the idea that you can, and I really think you can and you should, okay, get more strong, because it is definitely a question of strength. Being strong is good, just fundamentally good. Let me share with you the physical training, and I just think it helps, because what I see is, like, I'll tell you the most funny story. or the things that I've seen. Okay, and these are been many years teaching others, and it's this. Okay, here's the link. First of all, here's the link for the physical training. I got a couple of folks that joined over there. Um, some adults, when they are tired, their level or ability to, I'm not going to say injure others, but the ability to do damage by striking to others, because they are so tired, it's so low that it's like, oh my goodness, I just found an adult that will be unable, to defend himself in this status. Of course, we all get tired. Okay, let's be clear. We all get tired. Just put ourselves, doing boxing bag for a couple of, like 5 or 7 rounds with a good intensity. Like at the end, like I cannot hit a fly or touch a fly. So just thinking about that, you will be surprised. You will be surprised on the amount of adults that, even if they have some amount of physical training, they lack the technical side, they lack the explosiveness to be able to strike effectively. So I think that's an important part for you to take care of. Get the 6 weeks program that will help you build first of all, your foundation regarding injury prevention. Really important. And the knee is probably the the, the place where I see more adults. The knee and then the backs, all the place where I see more adults coming in with something that was messed up. And then the next thing that I see is shoulders, okay, or someone has some kind of injury in the shoulder that doesn't allow them to strike well or to grapple well. And we need to take care of that during those 6 weeks, as well as you develop your training context. So that's on the side of the physical or of the physical training. Now, and if you are interested, and I think you should, because food plays a big part in my culture. I come from Portugal, so food plays let's say, like a gigantic place in our tradition. So here's the food link or food program. Or I'm heavily inspired by Tim Ferriss. He has what's called the slow carb diet. We have a variation of that over there. There are like probably hundreds of diets that you can do and should do, and I'd say pick one. This one, of course, you need to cut a lot of rice and potatoes and things. Don't cut on coffee. That's a good thing, at least. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't do something that cuts on coffee, but right now the focus is getting us taking away fat mass and replacing that with muscle. Okay. So again, to reiterate this, and if you have questions, just drop them in. The plans work. In your case, see, the plans work for these. If you're an adult, man or women, and that the distinction in here is more on the technical side. There is some distinction. Hi, Philip. So there is some distinction in terms of the technical side for men and women, and then on the load. Meaning, when the load, what I mean is this: is the exercises we can change the exercises between men and women. I would say the push-ups are really hard, or harder for you to do when if you have developed a stronger upper body. Put your knees on the ground. Adapt. Make sure that your tummy is in. On the striking side, yes, that will influence. On the grappling and ground, of course. But to build explosivity, to be explosive, and in self-defense, in our system, we do need that level of explosiveness. We need to build strength. So I've sent these two links on both the train both your physical training and okay, here we go. Let me post the. This is one. This is again the physical training, and then also your food intake. Um, Most likely, I think what you'll find is that the hardest thing to do is, I would say, the food and probably putting a routine of 7 days of exercise. Yes, 7 days. Why 7 days? During 6 weeks, guys, if you can do this during 7 days, you'll implement a tremendous habit. Okay, and it's well known. What I mean well known is if you train every day, 20 to 30 minutes a day. Some of these sessions are high intensity interval training, um, and then you complement that with Krav Maga. God, you'll have a great life. That's it. You'll have a great life. I'm not only positive of that, but I also know that that works. Okay, that's it. I also know that works, and there is a lot of good science behind this. Good science. If you look at Dr. Huberman from the Huberman Lab podcast, and also Peter Attia, that definitely works on understanding longevity. It's a huge amount of training that you need to require now. Being able to carry load, being able to have strong grips, all of these things matter tremendously. One important asset in here that you see designed in the program is VO2 max. That is, how can I'm gonna say have bigger lungs, but it's more than that. But that is, how can I withstand a fast effort during a lot of time and do that to help me? And think about striking and grappling and going really intense for like 3 minutes and then do another round and then another round. Just think about that as a key developmental capability. Like I'm gonna be so strong in my fighting or in my sparring that if this ever happens, I don't need to fight. I can run. Okay, I can run, and I don't need to stay there because no one will catch me. And if that's the case, I am able to tackle an attacker and move away. So really, really important to think about that as a capability. Okay, think about that as wow. I'm confident that I can outrun and do this. Um, yes. So explaining this, it works during 6 weeks. I'll be helping out on the habits. I'm also training, obviously, because if I wouldn't be training, I cannot tell you something that I cannot do or I haven't done. But these are tested and tried blueprints to help you in your life ahead. Um, for questions, again, guys, really, really, thanks everyone. Really, really, everyone, being clear. If you train every day, you got benefits for every day. Got it? That's every day, every day. Uh, but really important from many years of empirical evidence, from watching people train, but also from research that we've done, and now coming up with okay, really, besides the technical training, besides the striking, besides everything that is in the Krav Maga program and the self defense for all, that is a specific program that integrates Krav Maga and martial arts curriculum. I think we got it, man. We got something that has been helping people across the world multiple times, multiple generations, and you can do that. And guess what? It's free. What isn't that crazy? We got our YouTube channel over here. You might say, yeah, it's free. This is our YouTube channel. You guys can log into here um, and just use it. Like just use our YouTube channel as your source of training. And one day, if you are prepared, if you want to join us, that's fine. If you don't want to, I think the most important part is that you train. For me, that's like if you train. Listen, is if you train, then everything is different. because then you can have a say like, I like to do this, I cannot do this task, or this one is too hard. It's just a different understanding. Plus, you can evaluate yourself on what's working and what what's been missing from your day to day. So I mean, like, oh, I've done, and I've done, I would say, I've done one sparring round with my bag, or you could have it with the bag, but with something else. But you've been working on your sparring, uh, and it didn't work. And why didn't it work? We take a video and let's analyze that. Like, it's really important. Or just want to look into something like knife defense and why is it working and what's missing, guys. So why isn't this sometimes, I would say, a clear priority in life? I don't understand. Man, people die, man. Like when sometimes you just go and what, that person has just passed away, and why was that? She had a heart disease, or she probably was not working enough, or some kind of weird thing happened. So pick yourself up, okay, and just go and do the work. Like go and try it out again. So okay, I was about to share it to our YouTube channel so that you can use this again. It's free, like every week. Got this thing, like I got in there, like I don't know, probably now. How much videos we have? I think we have something like 50 classes already, like that are free, and then we got shorts and all of those things that people like. In terms of short content, some of the classes are pretty like long, but you do what you can. So I mean, like, you do what you can. I think that's probably um, the cool thing on YouTube is one. Well, first of all, no one is there to judge you. Like, you can be at your home and you do 10, you do 10, you do 5, you do 5. That's fine. I think it's more of a you have your conscience to say, I am doing this. Okay. So for all the ones that are out there, here it is, our YouTube channel. Again, free training. I mean, really free training. Got this. Some folks don't like free training, but I think it's a great way to get started. You watch the movie, you understand the culture of our place, and then one day you decide. Um, so I think that's probably uh, that's probably the easiest way to get into learning how to defend yourself. Okay, so we covered a couple of things today. Our 6 weeks, I'm gonna say, help movement, or 6 weeks core. Like, start here with these 6 weeks. Learn how to fight. Learn how to have different habits and be strong, and being strong and being explosive, and prevent yourself from injuries. Most of the, I would say, most of the problems that I see out there, that's not the focus, because probably it's not that sexy, but preventing injuries is really key for adults that later on move into self-defense, because you just continue training. That's it. So really important. Then we've got the food aspect in there. I'm going to say that's the hardest one. Um, and we are here, man. We are here to help. We teach every day at Self-Defense for All, Krav Maga and martial arts. Um, and you'll see our team there getting ready to welcome our students in all programs. Enjoy, and speak to you guys next week.